Picture this, dear viewer, it's 2019 and Marvel has just wrapped up the Infinity Saga, an 11-year span of 23 movies, neatly round off with the satisfying conclusion to Endgame, and the superhero genre was starting to feel its first stages of superhero fatigue. I mean, it's not like Marvel would carry on and milk their own franchise and release a bunch of mediocre stuff riding on the success of their own coattails. Oh wait, that's exactly what they did. The superhero genre was in need of something new and something fresh, and in the winter of 2019, that is exactly what we got with Amazon Prime's The Boys. A satirical look on the superhero genre with some dark, brutal comedy, some absolutely banging action and violent gore scenes, and taking the piss out of modern day celebrity and political culture. The Boys hit the nail on the head, delivering everything that it needed to and refreshing the superhero genre under an adult look of eyes, dusting off the Marvel effect of everything needing to be safe. The Boys took off by storm. I won't go too far into plot details. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you stop watching this video and go and watch it for yourself, because it is absolutely top tier TV and it is exactly what we needed at the time. So let's break it down and dive into what The Boys is about. The Boys takes place in an alternative universe where superheroes do exist, kind of like the Avengers, and at the top of the superhero list is the Seven. Seven of the most elite and profitable superheroes managed by the Vought Company, kind of like modern day Disney if you were to look at it like that. You have the Deep, who might as well be Aquaman. You have A-Train, who might as well be the Flash. You have Queen Maeve, who might as well be Wonder Woman. Black Noir, an unidentifiable ninja with incredible fighting powers. Translucent, who can turn himself invisible through the magic of his carbon skin. And you have the new inductee to this superhero franchise, the Seven, Starlight. I'm not exactly sure what her powers are, they're never really described. She can just harness the power of electricity to some kind of standard. But at the top of the Seven, you have the leader, the American icon Homelander, who can fly, wears a cape, has laser vision. He might as well be Superman crossed with Captain America. On screen, he is charming, charismatic. He might as well have a white picket fence around him. He is that kind of ideological vision of American charm and culture. The Seven are displayed and advertised as heroes, but behind the cameras, behind all the charms, the smiles, the conferences, the meeting of fans, there is something sinister about each and every single one of these characters, mainly picking up with Homelander, but it is all about the Vought Company and how they cover up their superheroes' misdeeds and how they pay off the victims of maybe someone caught in the crossfire of their doings. This is where we introduce the Boys, a vigilante group who go around killing or holding superheroes accountable for some of their misdeeds, and it starts with a mild-mannered loser called Huey, who loses his girlfriend after A-Train accidentally runs through her at borderline light speed. If you've wanted to know what a human body would look like if that was to happen, you see it pretty much in episode 1. That is the only spoiler I'm going to give away. Also in The Boys are two characters, one called Mother's Milk and the other called Frenchie. And I've mentioned at the beginning of this video that there is a lot of dark humour within The Boys, and some of the back and forths that Frenchie and Mother's Milk have make for incredible viewing. There's also a found superhero underground called Kimiko who joins The Boys, and throughout the course of the series they will eventually convince Starlight to join them as well, or at least help expose the wrongdoings of the Seven and particularly the Vought Company. And the leader of this group is the iconic Billy Butcher. Now the same effect that Homelander has, Billy Butcher has as well. You cannot take your eyes off him when they're on the screen. It is a brilliant performance by Karl Urban. I think he might have been born to play this role. He's not restricted and he gives it his all. And some of the stuff that he says and does will have you, like, you cannot say that. He is absolutely out there. He doesn't care. But over the course of the first season, it is explained why he is the way he is and why he has such a disdain for superheroes. It's these moments that really help flesh his character out, and you could say exactly the same for Homelander when it comes to, if you look a little bit further inside Homelander and understand he is the way he is, it is quite traumatizing, very harrowing when you have to think of someone like him who's gone what he's gone through. What would that do to that person? Where season 1 shines is how it subverts your expectations, because you know that there is a lot of misdoings within the Vought Corporation as well. But Homelander takes the absolute top tier cherry on the cake for this in episode 4. And I've praised Cole Urban's performance as Billy Butcher, but I think Tony Starr as Homelander wins it for me. There is a failed rescue attempt aboard a plane after a terrorist takeover. Again, not going into any spoilers, but all I can say for you is when you do come round to watch this, watch Tony Starr's face, watch his eyes, watch his expressions and the way he talks, the way he changes his just own appearance within just a few sentences as he realized how the situation has gone from being so praised to so fucked. It is on par with Joaquin Phoenix at the end of Joker 2019. You can see behind his eyes and the true person there, and not the fake smiles that he puts on for the camera. It is top tier mesmerizing. But behind all the great acting and the serious moments, this TV show is hilarious, dark, satirical, and there are some absolutely incredible visuals and jokes that they've managed to pull off, because they know that they're a goofy series that is satirical based on the comics, so they can get away with so much. When you see a superhero in some dark, dirty, seedy sex club shrinking himself down to mere centimeters just to jump inside and pleasure a woman, you know you're witnessing something absolutely out there that wants to tell a good story, does tell a good story, but knows its own limits within its own stupidity. And that is what makes The Boys Season 1 work so well. I will not dive into it any further when it comes to the plot. This is something you should really be watching yourself, and I could not recommend it enough. Where Marvel's failed to carry on its own torch after Endgame, The Boys has succeeded, and it has done it with effortless applause. Now, as I draw this video to a close, you'll notice that I've recorded this a little bit differently, and I've actually taken time to edit my voiceover instead of giving it one long read through like I normally do. And this is because I want to put out better content to you guys as well. True, the gaming side of what you're witnessing might still suck, but at the end of the day, when I'm talking about these topics, I want to talk about them a lot more clearly and without having to rush myself and think about everything as I make it up on the spot. Boys Season 1 is fantastic. My next video, Warzone Wambling Style, will be about The Boys Season 2. You'll also notice as well there's been a bit of a change to my upload schedule. There will no longer be a schedule. I'm just going to have to do things as and when I can. If you are someone who has subscribed expecting the schedule, then I can only apologise, and I do thank you for your support so much. As a matter of fact, I thank everyone who's been on this journey so far, because as I've said before, I am constantly learning, and I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get the more watchable and listenable content out to you guys. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'm going to be uploading as much and when as I can, but there will be no schedule from now on. But I'm just going to be making sure I put out quality over quantity, because the other stuff when I was on that schedule did feel a bit rushed. If you did enjoy this and you like The Boys, please leave a cheeky like. As always, much love, take care, and peace.